First, let's pay homage to the lineage gurus, homage to the Venerable Monk Liaoming, homage to Master Sakya Zengkong, homage to His Holiness the 16th Karmapa, and homage to Master Dubdan Dorji. Homage to the three jewels of the altar and the main deity of Homa today, the Maitreya Bodhisattva, the Ajita, with benevolence and compassion. Simu, Tutan Siti Rinpoche, all Dharma masters, Dharma educators, Dharma teachers, Dharma lecturers, Dharma assistants, directors of temples and chapters, and our distinguished guests today are the Madam to Ambassador Daniel Liao, the Taipei rep to Sweden and Norway, and the Chief Secretary of the Taiwan government, Mr. Zheng Peifu and Madam, the academician from Academia Sinica, Professor Zhu Ziyi and Madam, and the law advisor to Buddha School, Ms. Jennifer Zhou, and the members of the True Buddha School Scholars and Medical Group. And from Indonesia, Lieutenant General Babahan. This Mr. Babahan, he had great experience and he had been staying in 76 countries. He's a Lieutenant General from Indonesia. He holds a high position. And he especially came here to create a good affinity with Grandmaster. He has a strong root for spiritual cultivation. And in Southeast Asia, Indonesia is considered a country with strong military. So he is a Lieutenant General of Indonesia. So we should call him Papa. But if I call him Papa, that's too much. But I can call you Agong. If you call me Agong, then I can call you Papa. Because in Indonesian, Agung means holy or sacred. A datuk from Malaysia, Mr. Lee Zhenxiong, and Madam, and the rep to the Council of Tainan City, and a wood sculptor, Mr. Jian, and a businessman from Indonesia, Miss Gina,
my university same classmate 朱金水先生及夫人陈哲霞女士，华邦功德会总会长及大约南九，
and the president of Lotus Light Charity Society, and also the producer for the Great Perfection Dharma Havaja Exposition and Development Stages of Tantrayana, Master Lien Yue, and the host to Lamdre and the Sutra Perfect Enlightenment, Master Lien Hai, Master Lien He, and Master Lien Jia. And producers for the Gini Dian Sang Sinten, Illuminating Your Heart from CTITD Taiwan, Dharma Sister Rebecca Xiaqi.
My sister Lu Guoyin 女士 and her husband. 感谢陈海光师兄
and gratitude to Dharma brother Chen Hai Guang and family for his donation of 100,000 NT dollars, and the Fa Seng chapter, the Reverend Lien Thi, for a donation of 100,000 NT dollars. Reverend Lien Thi, we haven't seen her for a long time, and now she's appeared again. Good afternoon, everybody. How do you do?
Selamat siang, selamat petang. Kamsahamnida. Domo. Konnichiwa. Good afternoon. Sauji. Pachio Sauji. Hola, amigo. Te quiero mucho. Next, Baku and Sawadika. 那今天是弥勒菩萨的诞辰。
So today is Maitreya's Bodhisattva's birthday. So let me sing an Indonesian birthday song.
Selamat ulang tahun kami ucapkan. Selamat panca umum citakan doakan. Selamat setelah sehat sentosa. Selamat panca umum tanpa ajian.
To celebrate Maitreya Bodhisattva's birthday. That was in Indonesian. That's the birthday song that we often sing. So Maitreya's birthday is right on the first day of the first month of the lunar calendar, so Chinese New Year. And Maitreya Bodhisattva is great. The epithet for Sakyamuni Buddha was the benevolent one. And the epithet for Maitreya Bodhisattva is the compassionate one. In the past, Sakyamuni Buddha and Maitreya Bodhisattva were Dharma brothers during the Tishya Buddha era. However, Sakyamuni Buddha's affinity with the Saha world had matured first. So that's why Sakyamuni Buddha descended upon the Saha world first and attained Buddhahood. And as for Maitreya Bodhisattva, his affinity with the Saha world will also mature in the future, and he would become Maitreya Buddha. So his affinity with the Saha world is maturing a little bit later. However, the wisdom of Maitreya Bodhisattva was extremely remarkable. So all the primary supplicants for Maitreya Bodhisattva are destined to attain Buddhahood, to become Buddhas, because in the future he would descend and to attain Buddhahood in Saha world. And then he would give Dharma teaching, which is like the Dragon Flower Assembly, the first, second, and third assemblies. So with these three assemblies, he would deliver all sentient beings completely. So if you become primary supplicants for Maitreya Bodhisattva, then you create affinity with Maitreya. So of course, there is no other than Buddhahood. So you only have to say one statement, Namo Buddhaya, and then you would be guided to the Buddha lands. Because he had the great Dharma of the consciousness only transformation Dharma. So in India, Buddhism, there are only two sects left in India. One is consciousness only or Yogacara, and the other one is Madhyamaka. So the consciousness only school was transmitted by Maitreya Bodhisattva, and the other one, Madhyamaka, was transmitted by Nagarjuna and his disciple Aryadeva. So there were only two schools. So these two schools, at the utmost, is about the total, the absolute singularity. So today is the lunar calendar New Year or the Chinese New Year. It's today. So everybody will gain 1 year, right? So Grandmaster was 73 last year, and this year, how old will I be? How old am I? So the sound, the voice of the mass counts. So now Grandmaster is 74. Right? Yes. So let me share a joke. The XX of True Buddha School, starting 8 years ago, she claimed that Grandmaster Lu will only live until 73. But this year, on this New Year's Day, I'm 74 already. So I'm here. So I will tease you, Doremi. So 8 years ago, you said already that I will die at 73. And she continuously talked about it for 8 years. And this year, the year of chicken, the year before, only then I knew that you said that Grandmaster Lu will die at 73. Will die, will be gone, will be. So you made me very careful for like even climbing the stairs for this past 6 months. Because, you know, who knows, like the president of the cement company, he died when he walked down the steps. You know, when I bathe, I don't dare to use soap. And I would be very conscientious about water because that would be slippery. Like if I am careless, then maybe I would slip in the bathroom and hit my head and die. So I cannot make your prediction happen. So I will not get into the elevator if it's empty, if it's only for me, because if the electric power was cut off, then if I fall from the very high floor, then even if I don't die, I would be injured greatly. So I was very careful in whatever I do. And walking and climbing the steps, then I would be careful, look, and I would watch my steps, because if I die, then it would have been a really horrible thing. So now let's back to the topic. So you predicted that I would die at 73. So it's like, am I dead? Am I dead? So now I would like to ask XX, how did you make the prediction? Is it based on the ghost? You were confident that I would die at 73, and I just want to live until I am 74. This is the first day. I want to knock on your head. Go ahead in English actually means go ahead, but in Chinese it will be it will be like a curse. So all your premonition and predictions were all wrong. The people here have the experience, like Professor Wang Jingxian and Madam and Reverend Lien Ying, and she said that the son, the Reverend, will die first, and then the wife, and then the Professor Wang. But they still live fine now. Now Reverend Lien Ying becomes my driver. And Professor Wang and Mrs. Wang are fine till now. So what more can you say? And the Yansi chapter of Australia, the director and his wife, and you also said that they will die. They will both die within 1 year. And they always have Grandmaster on top of their heads, and they don't believe them. So they didn't give any money to her. And see, they still live till now. So if you decide someone will die, then they don't die. But people that that you didn't say they died, like your mother, you were still conducting ceremonies, and then when you heard that your mother died, you changed your ceremony into birth deliverance. So you didn't even know that your mother died. Your mother. So you don't even know when your mother was about to die or when she died. How could you predict that other people will die at a certain time? So it's all nonsense. I was going to curse you using Taiwanese terms, but in Taitung, there was an area called Tamali. There was a singer's, Chen Wengchen's house was next to this Tamali. But let me tell you, you dare to predict the death of people. I don't know how. I don't know how you come up with that, but you dare to say anything, and none of your words were true. She conducted ceremony at Xizi, Taiwan, and Xizi actually means like the end of a stream. And she claimed there will not be any more flood after her ceremony, but there was a flood 3 days after her ceremony. So her words were all lies. One more. I want to say it now. Otherwise, I have to let it out. She claimed that the medicine Buddha descended, and you were performing medicine Buddha Homa, and medicine Buddha descended. And you did not ask the Buddha, but the Buddha asked you, what is the background for success? And XX replied, the background for success is suffering. By suffering, you would attain success, or you would succeed. And Medicine Buddha replied, no. By being careful, you would succeed. Medicine Buddha dared to say that the background for success, and then Medicine Buddha also said that the background of success was carefulness. But actually, this Medicine Buddha was not Medicine Buddha, it was Medicine Ghost. Today, I will talk about Lamdre. Putting the realization into practice based on the six grounds of the out-of-worldly empowerments, where yogic signs appear amidst the main goal. This is the main goal of the no differences between rebirth and nirvana. The 3,000 volts is included in a small seed. It's neither big or small. It can transcend walls without restrictions, make the river flow backward, and change as many changes. So I will explain it later. If Medicine Buddha has achieved the Buddhahood ground, so it's 10 grounds more than Bodhisattvahood. It's the realm of one dimension. So it's not something that we can understand because everything in samsara are duality or two dimension or binary world. So success, like said by Medicine Buddha, that means it's binary or dualism, because when they success, they would be failure. So that's the relativity, because Buddha is absolute. It's not dualism. So that Medicine Buddha was definitely not Medicine Buddha. It must have been a ghost pretending to be Medicine Buddha. So in the eyes of this little brother, this senior, at least I can recognize the bodhisattvas above the sixth ground and also the realm of the Buddhas, because it's always in the realm of one dimension or singularity. So Medicine Buddha still talks about success. He must not have been a Buddha, because success is about the realm of dualism. So Medicine Buddha told you to be careful, so there must be carelessness too. So the other day, with the line dance group members to the night market at the Tianjin Road, there was a coffee shop called Lamdre. But but had the Medicine Buddha really said that, then there would be a nonsense Medicine Buddha, because the realm of the Buddhas are definitely absolute. For the enlightened ones too, everything is absolute, no dualism. So that really showed that your realm had not even reached the enlightenment state. You're still in the rebirth realm of the six rebirth realms. So what kind of guru are you? A true guru would understand about the absolute, the one dimension. But if you claim that the Buddha spoke about the dualism, then they must have been ghosts. You said that Sakyamuni Buddha descended and held your hand. Jeez. That's the song about holding hands. So Sakyamuni Buddha was holding XX hand, and yet Sakyamuni Buddha never held my hand because we were not gays. However, my mind is together with the Buddha's mind. So her Sakyamuni Buddha was holding her head. If you say this in samsara, that's breaching the precept. Because according to Sakyamuni Buddha, like the monks or the ordained monks, like Sakyamuni Buddha, are prohibited to touch the hand of woman unless you have been enlightened. Sakyamuni Buddha, of course, was enlightened. But how about you? Of course not, because you still live in the world of dualism. So you were holding the hand of the ghost, not Sakyamuni Buddha. So let's now talk about Maitreya Bodhisattva. Today is the Homa for Maitreya Bodhisattva. He has many mudras. The inner turning of the Dharma wheel, mudra, and the mudra of the outer turning of the Dharma wheel, and stupa, not stupid, stupa mudra. He has the most mudras. Let me form them for you. Form one for you. Maitreya Bodhisattva has many mudras. The stupa or pagoda mudra, that's Maitreya's Bodhisattva's mudra. Because Maitreya Bodhisattva also has the inner and outer turning of the Dharma wheel mudra. They are all mudras for Dharma teachings. Or you can use the Dharma teaching mudra. Tibetan Maitreya Bodhisattva typically use the Dharma teaching mudra. And Chinese Maitreya Bodhisattva, which is the monk with the cloth bag, he has the joy mudra and the wish fulfilling mudra. When Grandmaster just got to America 30 years ago, in America, I had no money. With no money, there's no honey. So because I had no money, I went into retreat at the spiritual attic for 3 years. And during these 3 years, I prayed to the Bodhisattvas. How long do I have to wait? I had no money with me. And I had no friends. It was overseas. All I could do was retreat at the spiritual attic. And I kept praying to the Bodhisattvas. When will I be able to transmit the authentic Buddha Dharma and deliver sentient beings? But I'm now so poor, hiding in this attic. When will I start to deliver sentient beings? And Maitreya Bodhisattva appeared. The Chinese Maitreya is the monk with the cloth bag. So he opened his cloth bag And there were so many precious crowns and dragon vests falling from the sky, and lots of gold falling from the sky, so many of them, and all the wealth and riches, the Franklin dollar bills falling from the sky. And houses too, beautiful houses, and lands, also temples, so many things, everything. When he opened the cloth bag, everything is mine. So Maitreya Bodhisattva is playing a trick on me. He let me see, show me so many things. So, but I had no money, so I had to send my articles to the news in the Pacific Northwest, Asian something world, because writing was my specialty. So they said, "Oh, you write really well." So they gave me $4 for my article, for submitting my writing. Wow, after getting the $4, I went to Safeway and I bought some toast, bread, and we made some sandwiches, and we went to Alki Park, and we went on a picnic. So we have the egg sandwiches, and we visited the beach and the hills, and we climbed the hills at the Alki Park. And I finished the $4 right away, and I had to wait and wait and wait again until the Seattle head temple was built, until my house was built, and then my disciples gradually increased, and now I have over 5 million disciples all over the world. So what Maitreya said was proven and confirmed now. So the visions of Grandmaster is the authentic one, but what XX saw was due to the ghost, so that's a huge difference. Please be clear about it. I had the vision of Maitreya Bodhisattva, which I had written in my book. Maitreya, do you know what it means? It means the benevolent and compassionate one. Aito or Ajita was also his name. Maitreya was also his name. And he has the most mudras. So with his image, mudra, mantra, you can practice his deity yoga. And this deity has a huge, outstanding merit, which most people don't know. If you fail your tests or exams, you need to practice his yoga. If you want to attain status and money, or if you want to be promoted, you can practice Maitreya deity yoga. So our Lieutenant General if he practiced this Maitreya Dharma, then he would be promoted to become the general or brigadier general or become the head of a department. So let me tell you a secret. Who is the head of the national security of Taiwan, Mr. Hong Si-kwan? Do you remember that he had visited Seattle Lechang Temple? And I performed the double bar gymnastic for him to see. And he said, I'm about the same age as you, but I don't dare to get on the bars. So I did it. And he saw it and he was really surprised. you as the major, a lieutenant major, and you could do the double bars, and I was retired, a lieutenant general. And then the government asked him to head the National Security Department, the Defense Department. He was a disciple of Xian Wei Si, Master Xian Wei. And because Master Xian Wei took refuge in me, from Tan Sui, and because he took refuge in me, so he joined, and he said, because you have given blessings to Xian Wei Si, I also want to take refuge in you, and I want a blessing from you too. And I said, oh, but you took refuge in Xian Wei Si, so you're like my, not the son disciple, but grandson disciple. But it's okay, I can give you blessings. And I blessed with my hands like moving for a long time with Dharma power. So the head of the department, we called him the Miao Gong. So because he was a disciple of Xian Wei's master, that's why he is the grandson disciple of Grandmaster. Sorry, I talk about this. But I did give you blessings. It's okay to share some secrets sometimes. Otherwise, it would be to keep it. It's going to be hard. So I give the blessings to the head of the Defense Department or National Security of Taiwan. And he's very enigmatic. He's not afraid of any criticism. So he had the spirit of Grandmaster. So Maitreya Bodhisattva is in charge of the status and positions of the officers. So he has this ability. So he's very compassionate towards sentient beings, and he can alleviate the suffering of sentient beings, bestow happiness. He could also deliver sentient beings. So the inner court of the Tusita heaven is the pure land of Maitreya Bodhisattva. So if you can go to the Tusita heaven to listen to Maitreya's Dharma teaching, that's just marvelous, because Grandmaster has been there and the Elder Venerable Xu Yun had been there too. So because of this connection, when I suffered from cellulitis on my legs, the Venerable Elder Xu Yun appeared in the space and extended his arm very long and gave blessings to Grandmaster. And Grandmaster truly had the vision of the Venerable Elder Xu Yun, who gave blessings to Grandmaster. And we met at the inner court of Tusita heaven of Maitreya Bodhisattva. So Maitreya Bodhisattva was truly great. And what we are talking about today, so the 6 grounds of the Bodhisattvahoods. That's the Tusita heaven. So only bodhisattvas above the 6th ground are called the bodhisattvas of the beyond the world. So at this time there would be many yogic or spiritual experiences or signs that will appear. And at this time there is no difference between rebirth and nirvana. Only once you reach the realm beyond the mundane world, then you can say about the no difference between rebirth and nirvana. Because you still deliver sentient beings whether you're in the rebirth realm or in nirvana. That's why we say that there is no difference between rebirth and nirvana. No matter what, once you reach beyond the 6th ground of bodhisattvahood, even if you appear in the 6th rebirth realm, that's because of your vows. Then at that time, all your yogic signs are authentic. And what kind of yogic signs are they? So the sign of singularity, of absoluteness, that the 3,000 worlds are included in a small seed. It's neither big or small. So a seed as big as a grain of rice is the same size as the 3,000 worlds. So the big one can become small and the small one can become big. One is many and many is one. That's infinite. What is infinity? When you are in union with the consciousness of the universe, hey, some people say that Grandmaster Lu has small power. Wrong. His power is infinite. If someone wants to compete about power, accept that too, that it's my time to compete. The power. As soon as you say about competing, about competition, then that means duality. So it's not enlightenment. Because once you are in complete union with the universe, then you are the universe. You're infinite. There's no more competition. Once you compete, then you fall into the dualism world. You know, the God in Christianity is infinite. And Allah in Muslim is also infinite. They are omnipresent. She XX had said something that's really appalling, because he claimed that Golden Mother at the Seattle Lechang Temple is not there anymore. Don't pray
他真的
there.
是没有开悟。
So
真正
that
开悟
showed
的人知
that
道，
she was
瑶
really
池金
not
母是无
enlightened,
所不在，
because the truly enlightened ones would know that Golden Mother is everywhere. Golden
喺
Mother
公
is
面的哦，
omnipresent.
公面的大安尼讲，
Only the fools would say that.
看起来安尼挂一个目镜，面咧圆圆哦，其实公公，真的是笨呢。你以为啊，瑶池金母都在这里吗？
So
No.
you have round, stupid
你
face
在你的
with
心
glasses.
里，你跟
So
瑶
you
池金
think
母
that
合
Golden
一了，
Mother is
瑶池
just
金母就在你
limited
的
like
心
that?
里。
No.
你虔诚的
Once
祈
you're
求，
in
它
union with
天
Golden
父就
Mother,
会显
Golden
现。
Mother is inside your heart. Anytime you pray to her, she would appear.
你家里一样有瑶池金母啊。
And you also have Golden
你
Mother
到
at
了任何
home.
地方，你喊她的名字，她就到。
Wherever you
你只要
are,
虔诚的
if you
求，
call
她就
upon
帮助你。
Golden Mother, then Golden Mother will come. And if you pray earnestly, then Golden Mother will
你说
help
释
you.
迦牟尼佛坐在上面，
You claim that Sakyamuni
天天坐
Buddha
在那
is
里多
seated
无
up
聊。
there, day in,
那
day
脚也
out,
会
so
酸啊。
boring. His legs would be
他无聊
sore.
啊，他坐在那边很无聊啊。除非
It's
你
really
求他，
boring.
很虔诚的求他，他才
Only when you pray
显
with
现下下
sincerity
跟你说话。
that Sakyamuni Buddha would appear
这
and
个一般的
descend
佛教徒都知道嘛，心诚
and
则
talk to
灵
you.
啊。
So
你心里很
just
非
a
常
typical
虔诚的
Buddhist
人，
would know
不管你在哪
that
里，
with
虔诚
sincerity
的
and
时候，他
earnestness,
都会跟你
doesn't
相应。
matter where, then they would
连这一
respond.
点不懂，什么西雅图雷
You
雷藏
don't
寺的
even
瑶
know
池
this
金母已经不
point,
在了，
and you claim
那
that the
很
Golden
虔诚去
Mother
求
in
他的空
Seattle
求。
is not there anymore, so
对不
your
对？阿弥陀佛，
prayers would
他一
fall
定会应你的。
empty-handed.
讲这种话
No
啊，
way, because wherever you pray, then as long as you do it with sincerity, that they would be responsive. You are such a fool.
真的呀，
Stupid.
这很简单的道理呀。
It's a very simple concept.
寺庙里面才有佛
You
啊，
think that the Buddhas only exist inside the temple
哪
and
个
there
地
are
方
no
都有佛
Buddhas
在。
outside the temple? Actually,
真的，
Buddhas are
心里集
everywhere.
中，
Really,
精神
as
集
soon as
中，
you concentrate,
你虔诚的
you
跟他祈
focus
祷，
your mind
他一定
and
听
you
到。
pray with great earnestness and
三
sincerity,
千世界
then they would
哪一
hear
界
your prayers
没
and
有大小？
respond.
穿墙透壁而无子大，
So the 3,000 worlds
子癌，
are neither big
它可
nor
以穿
small.
墙透壁。你
They
说
can
我
transcend
门
walls
窗全部
without
关起来，
restrictions.
在房间里面，哎呀，佛就进不来。
So if I'm inside the
脑子就会
room
呆滞。
with walls
你
around
一
me,
直
then the
空空
Buddhas
空满
cannot enter it.
防空壕，啊，你躲在防空壕里面，它
So
也
if
到
you're hiding inside
到
the
哪个地方，它都会到。你只要虔诚跟他祈求，令河逆流，真正无限的法力可以令本来啊，
so
是台湾，
actually whatever
台
you
湾的
pray,
河水是北部向南流，
you know, the river flow in Taiwan is from north
东
to
部来。
south,
如果是住在
and
东部，
if you
它就
live
向这个东
on
方
the
流。
east side of Taiwan, then rivers would flow eastward. If you live in the west side of Taiwan, the river will flow westward.
全部都水都向西流。
So in our areas
但是
here,
你
all
真
the
正
water
无
will
限的力
flow
量的话，你可以
westward.
让河水导
But
流，
if you have true power, you can
河水都可以导流。
divert the direction
那
of the
就
river
真正的
flow.
功力就是在这里。
So that's the
定
true
值
power.
日月。啊，我在西雅图的时候曾经说，哎呀，
And you
天
can
气太热
stop
了，
the sun
太
and the
阳
moon.
推远一点。
One time in Seattle, I said, oh, it's so
到
hot.
台湾的
We
时
should
候啊，
push the sun a
变冷
little
到，
further.
啊
And
就变
then
冷到，
it got really
就 catch
cold
cold，
upon
抓到
returning
了。
to Taiwan.
英文很好，
I catch
英文
cold.
讲什么呢？
I caught cold.
抓到冷，抓到冷 ，catch cold 啊，就是感冒啊。
Catch cold.
我是没有感冒，但是有一点这个咳嗽。
I don't have cold now. I just cough a little bit.
喉咙有点过敏。
It's a little bit allergy to the bad air in Taichung. Taichung's air is really bad.
它能够定止
Not that
日
good.
夜，
So it can stop the sun and the moon.
是阿弥陀佛、观世音菩萨、释迦
Guru
牟尼佛
Padmasambhava has infinite power. He's an emanation of Amitabha Buddha, Sakyamuni Buddha, and Kuan Yin Bodhisattva.
金刚结
And there is a sun rays, and he used the Vajrapurva and nail on the sun rays, and the sun stopped. The sun could not set.
因为他那边喝酒喝太多了，那个老板娘讲哦，
Because he was drinking
下山就要跟你收钱，
and he drank too
身
much.
上没有钱，
And the owner, the lady, said that you have to pay when the sun sets, because he had no money with him. So he nailed the sun rays and the sun could not move. So Guru Padmasambhava was truly remarkable.
能够止日夜，能医变为多，耶稣就展示过。
And can also cure many illnesses.
圣经里面登山宝训
And Jesus too.
耶稣在登山宝训的时候，
At the Mount Sinai,
人山人海，像这么多，
and Jesus
一条鱼吧，
showed miracles to thousands of people. And how many fish and how many bread, how many loaf of bread?
啊，你们听过没有？
Have you heard about this story?
5个饼，2只鱼。
5 loaves of bread and 2 fish.
5饼2鱼，5饼2鱼。
And
他
Jesus
身
was
上有5饼2鱼，
sharing the loaves of bread and fish for people,
登山
and
宝训
it was
那些人
endless.
大家都吃，而且每个人肚子都饱，甚至
And
他还有剩
everybody had
就是
their
这是耶稣
fill,
表演的
and there was still leftovers.
一变为多，
So it was demonstrated by Jesus. So one can become many.
耶稣是一个 guru，
So Jesus was a guru.
到喜马拉雅山，
He went to the Himalayan mountains,
白色的
and when he returned, he was wearing the white
我
robe
们现在喇嘛装
and this lama
2种颜色
colored robe.
2种颜色，
So Jesus
证明
wore
他是喜
two
马拉雅山去学
kinds of two robes of 2 different colors. So that showed that he came down from the Himalayan mountains and he was a guru.
他在医精
Do you
神病
know?
患的时候，他跟
When
精神
he
病患
was curing
心
the
中里面的鬼，身
mad
体里面的鬼，
people,
请
he
你们
said
出去，
he
那些鬼都出去了。
told the ghosts inside the body of the mad people to
一
leave.
大堆猪里面，一大堆
And the
猪
ghosts left those people and entered into the pigs. And the pigs jumped off the cliffs and died.
在圣经里面有记载到，他医这个精神病患，他是叫那个鬼离开那个人的身体。
So it was written in the Bible
猪里面，猪就跳到血来死。
that he
今天
commanded to the ghosts to leave the bodies of those mad people to enter into the pigs, and the pigs jumped off the cliffs and died. Now,
得到什么病？
in America, there were many deer that suffered from a kind of ailments that make them frozen. That's because the ghosts entered into the bodies of the deer. And how many states? 22 states suffered from it.
中邪，路去卡阴啊，
So the deer were invaded by the spirits, by the ghost. So I consulted spiritually, and they were related, or they were due to the ghosts of XX. I have lived in the United States for over 30 years, and I've never heard that deers were invaded by the ghosts. And because the ghosts of X had no more food to eat, so they entered into the deer and ate the body of the deer. So the deer became like the mad deer, and they were jumping all over and biting on people. I performed divination. So what happened to the deer in America? Because you nurtured and employed the ghosts of the Second World War. For tens of millions of them, so now the tens of millions of deer suffered. So one can become many, many can become one. So one golden mother can emanate into many golden mothers. And they can all be retracted into one, as you can see in the Diamond Sutra. I mean, in the Siddhigarbha Sutra. It's written in the Siddhigarbha Sutra, Sakyamuni Buddha went to the Tayatrimsa heaven, and when Sakyamuni Buddha went there, he assembled all the Siddhigarbha Bodhisattvas of samsara, all big and small, to become one body, and then emanated into myriad emanations. The same with Padma Kumara. It can be one Padma Kumara emanates to become thousands or myriad numbers of Padma Kumaras. Someone kept asking me, why did you talk about the good parts of XX in the past, and now you called her nurturing ghosts and called her a fool, a liar? You know, let me tell you, Sakyamuni Buddha was the same to the betraying disciples. Sakyamuni Buddha still confirmed that in the future, when Devadatta is attaining Buddhahood, he would be called the Buddha of the Heavenly King. Because Sakyamuni Buddha, in the realm of Absolute, had the vision that Devadatta too will become a Buddha in the future. So he also praised Devadatta. Because in the Saha world at that time, Devadatta has much more popularity than Sariputra and Maudya Galalana and Subhuti and Ananda. So Devadatta was second in line under Sakyamuni Buddha. He was very popular, but he betrayed against Sakyamuni Buddha. So in the realm of Absolute, you can see, you can have the vision of the absolute truth and reality, but in the realm of duality you would not be able to see that. So the 3,000 worlds are included in a small seed. It's neither big nor small. It can transcend walls without restrictions, can make the river flow backward, can stop the sun and the moon, can make the one into many and many into one. Those are signs that happen only in the realm of absolute, and that's the realm of Buddhahood. So what I'm telling you today is very important. What you strive for belongs to the realm of dualism. All the knowledge in this world belongs to the realm of duality. But if you go beyond the sixth ground of Bodhisattvahood, then you would comprehend the realm of singularity or absolute. And the realm of absolute is enlightenment. Anything that's relative and dualistic is not enlightenment. If there's good, there's bad. If there's virtues, there's evil. If there's true, there's false. There's white and black. Open and close. They all belong to dualism. That's the phenomena of the universe. But if you can transcend beyond the realm of dualism and reach the realm of absolute or singularity, then let me tell you the key formula. That's the true enlightenment, and only then you would be able to see the true reality. Now do you understand? Now do you comprehend? Do you understand? The year, this is a joke. This is the year of the dog. So in this new year, I wish everybody have good health. May Maitreya Bodhisattva bless everybody. May we have auspiciousness and all wishes fulfilled. And may we be endowed with ample resources. And may you be promoted and become rich. May we gain the good fruits in the dualistic realm, and then we go beyond the dualistic world to arrive at the realm of absolute. Om Mani Padme Hum.